Hey, welcome to the Explainer. So, let's talk about something kind of painful. Why do so many absolutely brilliant, well-designed programs just completely fail the moment they're launched? We're going to get right into it.
All right, just so you know where we're pulling this from, all the insights we're about to dig into today, they come straight from Chapter 10 of a tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. It's all about how you actually launch a program for marketing excellence.
Okay, so picture this. You have poured months, maybe even longer, into creating the perfect training program, right? The content is just killer, the examples are top-notch. But then, there's that one question that just keeps you up at night. Is anyone actually going to use this thing? And this is the really hard truth, even the absolute best programs can just crash and burn if that launch is botched. And that is the real launch challenge. It's so easy to think that once the curriculum is finished, phew, the hard work is over. But what this material argues is, nope. That's actually when the most critical phase kicks off. See, launching a program like this isn't just about teaching people stuff. It's about driving real, honest-to-goodness change in your organization. And here's something that might surprise you. Most of these programs don't fail because the content is bad. Not at all. They fail because the implementation completely ignores the human side of things. Success, it turns out, really hinges on smart change management. Actually guiding people through that discomfort of learning new skills and, maybe even more importantly, totally new ways of working. So how do you actually get this right? Well, the big secret is to stop thinking of it as just a course launch. Instead, you need to think of it like a strategic internal campaign. Your mission, really, is to win the hearts and minds of your entire organization, one step at a time.
So this whole campaign, it unfolds in phases. The strategy is brilliant, actually. You start small, right? With a pilot group of, say, 15 to 25 people who are already enthusiastic. Why? Well, two reasons. One, they'll give you brutally honest feedback, and two, they'll become your very first success stories. From there, you expand, using those pilot folks as your internal champions to build up some real momentum. It's only after that that you open the floodgates to the whole organization. This whole approach, it just systematically takes the risk out of the launch and builds genuine buy-in from the ground up. But of course, any kind of big change is going to meet some resistance. That's just human nature. The trick is to get ahead of it. So if your team is worried about their jobs, you frame this whole thing as a skill upgrade, something that makes them more valuable, not a replacement. What if everyone's just tired of change? That change fatigue? Well, you show them quick, tangible wins to prove this is worth their time. And for the real skeptics in the room, that's where the data and the success stories from your pilot group become your absolute secret weapon. And listen, that data isn't just for convincing the skeptics. It's how you prove your program's real value. But you've got to be measuring what actually matters. I'm talking about moving way beyond those simple vanity metrics, like who completed the course, and focusing on real, tangible business value. And the source material lays out a fantastic 4-level roadmap for this. Okay, so level 1 is just basic engagement. Did people show up? Did they participate? Level 2 is about learning. Did they actually pick up the new skill? But where it gets really interesting is level 3, behavior change. Are they actually doing things differently in their day-to-day work? And the ultimate goal, level 4, is business impact. Can you draw a line from that new behavior to a real business result, like saving money or making money? That's how you tell the full story.
All right, and all of this leads us to the final and maybe the most important mindset shift you have to make. Your program, it's not a one-and-done project, not even close. If you want it to have a real legacy, you have to treat it like a living, breathing thing that's constantly adapting to survive and thrive. So how do you keep it alive? Simple, a continuous feedback loop. And I don't mean just one survey you send out at the end. No, this is a constant conversation. You need those immediate surveys to capture people's gut reactions. You need 30-day follow-ups to see if the skills are actually sticking in the real world. And you need quarterly check-ins to make sure the program is still aligned with what the business actually needs, because those needs are always changing. There's a quote from the source material that just nails this perfectly. It says, "The most effective programs evolve continuously." The takeaway here is that the best programs are never truly finished. They're always evolving, always adapting, based on data, on feedback, on what's happening with the business and the technology. And that's not a sign that you did something wrong. It's the sign of a healthy, thriving program. And let's be real, especially in a field that's moving as fast as AI, this evolution is relentless. A program that's totally cutting edge today could be hopelessly outdated in 6 months. So what does that mean? It means planning for updates can't be an afterthought. It has to be baked into the design from day one. You need a system, a process, for constantly refreshing the content to keep it relevant.
So when you get right down to it, it all comes down to this one question. Is your program built to launch, or is it built to last? See, a launch is just a moment in time, but a lasting impact, that comes from building a system that's designed to evolve from the very beginning. So I'll leave you with that. Which one are you building?